everybody's head's full of all kinds of great ideas. Mine is. Great day so far. Wow. A little bit about us. Brightly, for those of you that don't know, was the acquirer of Confirm, the enterprise asset management system. That's the market leader in the UK currently. We supply the asset management system for all of the national highways, all of their assets that they deploy around the country, and also probably around 55% of the local authorities. What we do is actually enable you to get a complete 360-degree view of all of your assets in an enterprise software system. What is enterprise? Enterprise means kind of what it says on the tin. It enables you to expand the reach of the asset management system out to all of those people engaged in managing assets. So it could be the person that's responsible for the inspections, the person that's responsible for the finance, the person that's responsible for making the decisions, claims, et cetera, et cetera. So what it does is it digitizes, or it provides a digitalization of your end-to-end processes around everything that your public engages with, okay? So that means maintain and manage, plan, optimize, sustain, and engage, okay? A little bit of topical information about Brightly. We were awarded a leader perspective from Verdantix for the 2022 Green Quadrant, just slightly ahead of IBM. And also we were just purchased by Siemens Strategic Infrastructure. That's gonna close probably at the end of August. So a lot of interesting things happening. Wanted to talk just a little bit and kind of put into perspective, going back to what Mark was talking about at the beginning of the day, which my head is still buzzing from a little bit because I fully believe and respect everything that he said. I've got 14 years of experience being in local authority, either as a contractor providing services to, or as a service director responsible for services to the public. And a lot of the stuff that he talked about, I saw, lived, and breathed, which I'm assuming a lot of you do on a regular basis. And this expectation gap, I think, is a big problem at the moment because all of us are engaging with all of those logos on a daily basis, minute by minute, day by day, hour by hour. These digitalizations become more and more fast, provide more and more data, which allows us to do more and more with these. Channel shift that Mark referenced a bit has occurred. I think anybody that believes channel shift hasn't occurred is actually fooling themselves because everybody is using these types of processes now and they're expecting it. We've done some work with some of our partners that identified that 90% of the people that live in a community expect services to be delivered in the same way that they interact with these types of organizations. So we went off and we tried to actually help our clients in creating our own native app to support what they were trying to do around the place-based assets to engage the community in a more effective way, to explain to them why we were doing things, when we were doing things, why we maybe aren't doing things, or what we're going to do to actually make their place better. Because that is always an issue, especially around place-based management, which is one of the highest volume inquiry calls, emails that local authorities get. What we identified, though, was that was going to create a lot of maintenance. It's a lot of accessibility issues, which Siraj and the team have talked a lot about. So we identified through our relationship that we were much better served, instead of building a native app that we would then have to maintain, is partnering with a company like Jadu that could help us by maintaining that but provide the same service. And what we've ended up with is called Community Central. And when you distill this down to its core concept, it's really about that left-hand bar. It's making it as easy as possible for the customer to find the information they need to avoid reporting, e.g. being proactive in pushing information that you have stored somewhere in your database that you know out to them in a digestible format, okay? And that would enable us to engage with them differently and remove that expectation gap. So instead of sending them to a policy document somewhere stuffed on a website that they have to read through pages of information, you can present that in a very easy to ingest way. And what that has done, and this is going to roll, it's going to scroll here, is provide an opportunity for you to build through the Jadu platform something that is completely integrated with Confirm, the enterprise asset management system, and display your end-to-end process in as much detail as you want to actually present, like it so shows up there, what's already known about. So that could be an issue that an inspector has already identified that will be dealt with in your workflow process so that it removes the need for somebody to report a duplicated defect. So in road works specifically, high volumes of potholes come in, location is very important, where it is in the road, but when those defects come in and 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 people identify the same defect, it erodes your confidence in your data. It reduces your ability to actually close those next calls off clearly and cleanly at that first point of contact. What Community Central does is enables you to do that across a broad variety of assets. Anything you hold within Confirm, you can present proactively to the public, to the members, to the parishes, or any other devolved services within government, so that they know you know, and they know what you will or won't do with that particular defect, okay? And lastly, providing proactive engagement with the community to remove failure demand. Failure demand is a fancy term meaning you've got the data, you have the information, you can't surface it, you can't share it with the people that need to know. And that failure demand in the conversations we've had with some of our clients is in excess of 6 figures on an annual basis, quantifiable. That's before it hits the back office. So when it gets in the back office, they can't quantify the cost that it has in people time, frustration, people having to go attend site to identify exactly what's going on to actually deal with the issue. Removes duplication, effectively communicates policy and why not. We're not going to do something now because in 6 months' time, we're going to resurface this road. It allows you to present all that to alleviate concerns and to solve problems and actually demonstrate a very proactive engagement with the public and improve your service perception. And again, enabling automation of business processes reduces pressure on limited resources, both human and cash, and clearly define resident stakeholder requirements. So if there's areas that you want to actually understand what residents would prefer, it can enable you to actually pull that data out and identify where your best options are to spend that resource. I think that was a whirlwind tour there.
2 minutes to spare.
Wow. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you.